We will begin the largest deportation operation in American history, larger even than that of President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Donald Trump, ever since his first term, has made it clear that he wants to deport anyone who is in the country illegally. Going into his second term, he aimed to have his mass deportations be one of the biggest in history. So how is it that we have Latino Trump supporters actually surprised that Trump is cracking down on immigration? This is the same guy who kicked off his campaign calling Mexicans criminals and promising mass deportations. He's literally just following through on what he's been saying since day one. And now, some of his own supporters are starting to realize that these policies aren't just targeting other people or the bad ones, it's hitting their own communities too. Let's check out some of their reactions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, let's get into it.
You're undocumented and you support Donald Trump.
I support Donald Trump for the economy.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
What do you think about Trump's border policy?
I love it. I'm 100% for it. As a Mexican American, I truly believe that we need to take our country back. When I came to this country, I stood in line for hours and days before I could get my green card.
Do you know anybody that crossed the border without applying for green card?
Oh yes, unfortunately I have met family members that did. Cousins, nephews, nieces.
Because those people might be deported if Donald Trump wins.
That's okay, that's okay.
You would be okay with your cousins
being
deported?
Yeah, I will be okay. They can be deported, but they can also apply to come back to the United States, but do it the right way.
How long have they been here for?
Years, like 20, some like 30 years.
How do you think they would feel about you saying that?
Oh, they would be very angry. They are angry at me right now. They don't talk to me because I support Trump.
Gelasio Velasquez is an undocumented mechanic who has worked in Houston for 25 years. He plays in this park with his two U.S. citizen children, ages 5 and 9, and stands by Donald Trump.
So you support Donald Trump because of the economy,
For the economy, yes.
but you don't support the anti-immigrant rhetoric.
I'm not support the anti-immigrant action.
Do you support his mass deportations?
No, it's not human.
Are you afraid that you could be deported in this mass deportation?
I'm not afraid.
With Republicans now in control of the House, Senate, and the presidency, it's hard to imagine why anyone in the U.S. illegally would support Trump. And yet the promise of the American dream and a better life is something many still hold on to, not just for themselves, but for the hope that their children will have more opportunities than they did. But under Trump's direction, none of that matters. It doesn't matter if you're considered one of the good ones. If you're here illegally, you're on the chopping block.
Hermano, ay, me agarraron a mi hija, me agarraron a mi esposa. Ay, por favor, alguien que me venga a buscar. Estoy aquí en Dallas, Texas, en Kingsville. Yo le doy $300, por favor, vengan a buscarme. Ay, me agarraron, compadre, agarraron a mi hija, agarraron a mi mamá, a mi esposa.
I just want to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. I'm struggling a lot today. Seeing all these videos of the hate going around with this mass deportation. And it hurts my heart because, you voted for who you voted for. But why so much hate? How can you mock the kids that are losing their parents? Or the parents that are losing their kids? Living in constant fear for what may happen to your friends and your family, and even people that you see on social media. It hurts. It hurts. Because why is there so much hate? Why do you have to be this way?
Okay, is anybody else getting really emotional watching all of these protests go around the world, even close by? Whenever I hear that song, you know, the song, the Mexican anthem song right now, and the Mexican flags and people singing together of all races. God, my heart. It makes me tear up. I posted a video yesterday. You know, I know a lot of us right now are feeling just completely disappointed and devastated. And I just want you to know, don't let those feelings overcome what is fact. Yes, there are quite a few people that hate Mexicans, but also there are quite a lot more that love us. They love the culture, they love the language, they love the music, the food, everything. And they're going to stand with us, okay? So don't feel completely abandoned, because we're not abandoned. And like I said, Mexicans, we are pinches chingones, cabrones. Like, we always, anytime we fall down, we cry, but we get our asses right back up and keep on going. And that's never, ever gonna change. So you can hate Mexicans all you want to. It doesn't matter. People love us, and we're here to stay no matter what happens.
ICE did a raid near my daughter's high school this past Sunday. There's a Brazilian market near her school, and 2 immigrants were picked up. So the report said. My 16-year-old daughter has been telling me that there are people who are absent from her classes who are Latino. I've been hearing that this has been happening across the country, and it is happening right here in Philadelphia, that Hispanic children are afraid to come to school. My daughter tells me that some of her friends have not been there this week, and that those people are Latino students. It's really upsetting to think that they have yet another reason to be afraid to go to school. These kids are already afraid to go to school because of the gun violence, and I talk about that a lot on my page. But now they're also afraid of immigration. And the sad thing is that just brown families in general are afraid of it, whether they're immigrants or not, because they're picking up citizens as well who look the part of immigrants. Puerto Ricans have reported being picked up for speaking Spanish. Native Americans even have been reported being picked up, which has so many layers of ludicrousness that I can't even begin to unpack it.
Trump and the Republicans really don't care. They'll use children as leverage to get to the parents, and if they can, they'll deport the entire family together. If you're a minority who voted for this while having immigrant family members, well, this is exactly what you signed up for.
But as a Hispanic woman, honestly, y'all, I'm having a really hard time right now in this country. And there's many reasons why I feel this way, but I want to give you 3 real examples why I find this so troubling. The first one, I have a girlfriend of mine that lives in Atlanta, Georgia, who is also a Hispanic woman. And yesterday she sent me a text letting me know that there was an ICE raid in the MARTA, and that she was terrified to be targeted because of the way she looks. Because when you're Hispanic, I can't hide this. I'm Hispanic through and through. And so now you're targeting American citizens, or quite honestly, just human beings, because of the way that we look. How's that right? I have another girlfriend who was telling me that in her community, there is a lot of not only Hispanics, but Asian Americans, Korean community, who are a little afraid to send their kids to school because ICE raids are now happening in elementary schools. How do you explain that to a kid? How do you live in fear that you're going to send your kid to school and your kid may not come back? Or that your kid might sort of point them to you where you are, when all you've done is come to this country and work hard. And it's hard. It's hard not to feel charged and sad and angry and upset and all of the things. So if that is you today, I want you to know you're not alone. And let's support one another. Let's build each other up. Let's model positivity. Let's be kind, and let's love one another.
Yes, I understand that there is, like, I understand that some immigrants are causing crime, that some immigrants are doing this. Like, I understand that. I see that. I can, like, acknowledge that. But what I cannot see, what can I not acknowledge, is how you can go to farms, how you can go to a job site, how you can go to a school and think it is okay to just take all those people and send them where they've never grown up, or where they've purposely left. And so I hope this hits a platform of people that, I guess, stand behind what I'm saying and can see or be open to see how things are. As a Latina, where I have gone to visit where my dad is from, Mexico, and I've grown up here in America, like, I am always grateful. Like, I love my culture and I love my roots, but I've always been grateful that I was born over here, because I don't think people, like, I never realized how much opportunities I've had over here as a woman. I've had the chance to go to school, to not have to marry young, to not have to have kids right away, to have the chance to live my life for me, and not for knowing, oh, well, my destiny is just to be a wife and just to have kids. I have never had to be like that. And I've never had to worry about, I've just never had to worry about a lot of things in my life. And seeing these ICE raids has really opened my eyes to how fortunate I am. And I just pray that all these people that are getting sent back, that they know that, I've appreciated them, and that I've, I wish I could take them and help them. And I'm just, I am just so grateful for all the immigrants that are over here, that are working outside in this cold weather, for all the immigrants that are doing jobs that Americans do not want to do. I'm grateful for them. And some people may not agree with my views, and that's okay. That's the part of having freedom of speech and freedom of views and things like that. I understand. But I just hope that if you watch this video, you are open to seeing that this is not okay. It's not. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And I love my fellow Latinos, and Viva Mexico. And I hope that we are who can make a change out here. I really hope we are.
I have worked in immigration for the last, about 9 years. And I can never support Trump because of his inhumane immigration policies, point blank, period. I don't care if he has the potential to improve the economy. To me, the economy is not the main concern. I care more about the way human beings are being treated, specifically immigrants coming into the United States. I've worked in immigration law under the Obama administration, the first Trump administration, the Biden administration, and now under Trump's second term. You know what Obama did? He created DACA. You know what the first Trump administration did? Separated children from their mothers at the border. Babies. The Trump administration got sued. And to this day, there's how many, 100,000 kids still missing, unaccounted for, that have yet to be reunited with their mother. And you know, the Biden administration did establish some hurdles for asylum seekers, absolutely. However, the general vibe in the immigration field under Biden it had a much more humanitarian approach to it. Specifically with DHS being more amenable to dismissing cases. Now it's the complete opposite. The immigration vibe under Trump is hostile, literally hostile. We had a client where we emailed DHS asking them if they would be willing to dismiss our client's case. She has been here over 10 years, has 3 kids that are United States citizen, minor children. She's a single parent, their primary breadwinner. She has no criminal record. She's not an enforcement priority. If they would just be willing to throw her case out. On June 18, DHS says, Absolutely. We agree. She's not an enforcement priority. We will be willing to dismiss her case. By the time the office reopened Tuesday, January 21st, we got another email from DHS saying, sorry, we can no longer offer PD and dismiss this case. The enforcement priorities have changed. So you're telling me that under the Trump administration, anyone who is undocumented is an enforcement priority. Even a mother who has no criminal record, who has lived over 10 years in the United States, has 3 minor United States citizen children, she's an enforcement priority?
It's honestly wild how some Latino Trump supporters really thought he cared about them, only for him to turn around and do exactly what he always promised. He got their votes, and now he's tossing them aside like it was nothing. But what do you think? Did they fool themselves, or did they just not want to believe the truth? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.